Everything with your San Diego career, a lot of ups and downs and injuries, and trying to battle back to get on the field. Got an opportunity today, and second at bat, got that home run. How did that feel? And just for everything you've been through here in this program.
It felt good. I mean, kind of just trying to leave the emotional side out of it, just stick to my process. And obviously, I haven't been in there every day, but continue to take pride in my work. Me and Ward always challenge each other to take pride in the work before the game, whether it's an off day, but the work has always stayed the same. So that homer felt awesome for sure, but it was kind of one of those things where still going to stick to the process, and it happened, it's over, and keep working.
What pitch did you get, and did you think it was gone off the bat?
Yeah. Fastball, I think, and I knew it was gone off the bat. That one definitely felt. That was awesome. I haven't hit a ball that far in a long time.
And when you ran into first, once you finally saw it go over the fence, what were you feeling?
I think it was relief. Finally got my first homer in college. Gave G a high five, and try to make it look like I've done it hundreds of times. Didn't want to make the moment bigger than what it was. We were winning by a lot.
A lot of teammates always talk about how you bring the energy each and every day, and regardless if you're in the lineup or not. And what was their reaction when you got back to the dugout after you had that moment rounding the bases?
Yeah, that was definitely the coolest part. Just everyone giving me a hug. Guys I've played with since I was 14, like Josh Randall, Justin DeCrisio. Played with Ari in high school, but full circle moment. And then obviously Brock giving me the huge hug. It was awesome. And I mean, it goes to show that's I'm respected by my peers, which meant a lot.
How cool is it too for you, being born in San Diego, spent a lot of your time in San Clemente, and now coming back to your hometown and getting to represent, the San Diego on your chest, and being able to do things like that for your hometown, a place that you love?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I came back here. I wanted to be back in San Diego. My parents met in Point Loma. I was born in Scripps and La Jolla, and I love San Diego. San Diego's home. I love Orange County, but San Diego's definitely my home.
What about this program has been, the best for you? And obviously it's easy to say that when you're playing every day, but for somebody that's done, has had a long journey, obviously, to get to this point right now and be part of this program. What about this program makes it, makes that part feel like home too?
Yeah, I think just the belief in this program. I think when I was in the portal talking to Brock and Flo, I believed in them. Obviously, before they went to a regional, this was in February, March of 22, and I was just I want to be a part of that. Just the way they treat their players, the way they care about their players. So it was amazing to come here, and obviously not being in there every day, but you're still a part of it, and you can't be 9 deep. You got to be 11, 12 guys deep. Look at guys like Fitz, Lebed. If you're 9 deep, you don't have depth. And if we want to go to where we want to go, we need to have more than just 9 players.
It's a huge series, obviously, and you guys, really lit up the scoreboard the last couple of days. And just from the clubhouse perspective, going into this weekend, what was the mindset, and how do you think you guys, went along with your plan over this weekend, and being able to handle the emotions and the stress of a high leverage series?
I think the focus has always been the work, not letting the noise, not really putting any, value in the opponent. Obviously respecting the opponent, but the main focus has been the work, the process. And that started on Friday. We all had early work that day. All the position players were here at 12, 1 o'clock, and we were all getting after it. Whereas last year, you'd show up at 2 o'clock for a 6 o'clock game, but we were here at 12, 12:30 getting after it.
Last thing is, a couple more series left, and, now we're in a position of chasing and hunting down the number one. Now you are the chased and hunted at the number one spot. Knowing the group of guys that you have, and, your next couple of opponents, 2 more Tuesdays, 2 more weekend series before the West Coast Conference Tournament. How do you think you guys will handle, being the hunted now, and, how do you think you guys will go about this for the next couple of weeks?
I think it's been the same the whole year, just believing in ourselves and continuing to work every single day. The work doesn't change, the mindset doesn't change, and continue to our process and keep building each other up and having each other's backs.
There you go.
Thanks, D'Arcy.
Thanks, Gabe.
Sweet. Thank you, guys.
We're going a lot of different directions, but obviously, the topic of the weekend was a huge series, battle for first place. After a couple of series at the beginning of West Coast Conference play, it didn't go your way. Had a real good opportunity to take control of first and take control of the conference play with 2 weekends to go. And you guys swept this weekend. Bats were alive. A lot of great performances all across the board. Just overall, your synopsis or evaluation of how you thought your boys did this weekend.
Yeah, I think at the end of the game we talked as a team, and first off, our assistant coaches are second to none in my opinion. Matt Floor, Grady Miller, and Mitch Holland are just, they hold the standard. They hold the standard of the program, and when you have a standard and the way you do things, culture-wise, how you do anything is how you do everything, and I think that's what's showing within our club, and whether you win or lose, you do things right. You work hard, you play hard, you treat people right, you play the game right, you respect the game, and our assistant coaches do an unbelievable job of just being relentless with that. And our guys, no matter what the score is, they try to take care of business. They got a little emotional there. Austin Smith, is just so excited to compete. Man, that guy's a competitor. He's a dog on the mound at the plate, and gets fired up. And these guys just feed off one another. And one of our mottos is to stay with us as a team, and and they get excited for each other. And it could have got wobbly there in that game today, and I thought our guys just did a really good job of staying consistent all the way through the game, playing San Diego baseball, whether it was on the pitching side, the defense side, or the offense side, and just to compete through all 9 innings. And that endurance all the way through on a third game, late in April, getting to the end of the season. As a coach, observing your team that goes out there and it keeps it steady Eddie is really gratifying because of all the work that they put in the fall. And you can get caught up with the results so much, but the process that these guys are all about, that process, mentality. And it's really awesome to see, and so much credit goes to our assistant coaches and our guys, and I think that shows toughness.
Got a lot of guys contributing, and go down the list with everybody that you used this weekend, just with the way that the offense really performed and the pitching staff and got to leads where you got guys in, but everybody contributing that got a chance to play today, yesterday, Friday. What does it speak to the depth of this team where it doesn't matter who's playing, but they're all playing Torero baseball?
100%, Braden, and I think that's the key. It's almost like you're blinded by the opponent, but you're playing Torero baseball. You're playing San Diego baseball, and there's no other way to go about it. You go up there, you step in the box, and you're competing against the guy. You're competing against the baseball, right? And same thing. You step on that mound, and you're trying to deliver strike one and change speeds and execute and get the guy out. We give up 2 hits on the pitching side today. Just a dominant performance, obviously shutout, and play excellent defense. DeCrisio, his defense at short, it's unbelievable. And it's a pride, and then DA feeds off that in center field, getting great jumps on the ball. And then Ari just behind the plate. And if you're strong up the middle defensively, then you got a good chance to win a lot of games. So just super, super proud of our guys, and it's just an excellent job all weekend.
Let's talk about Gabe D'Arcy for a second. Obviously, he's had an up and down Torero career. He came over and has battled injuries a couple of times, and has fought his way for opportunities. Given him an opportunity today. When that ball was hit, 1, did you think it was gone, and 2, and went over the fence? What was your feeling on that?
Man, a lot of emotion. What's so cool about our team is that they pull for one another, and that guy is super talented, and he cares so much about this program and being a transfer, right? He didn't start here. He didn't commit here as a sophomore or junior in high school. He committed to another school, and and transferred here, and I always believe there's everything happens for a reason, and he's here because of our brotherhood and our family. And he's a big reason why this team is doing what it's doing. He played a lot for us last year towards the end of the year, and had a big part of our end of the run. end of the season success. But man, if you want to talk about a guy that is selfless and could feel sorry for himself because he's not playing, that guy is yelling and screaming every pitch and pulling for his brothers in the dugout. And he makes the most of his opportunity. Every time he gets on that field, he'll play hard. He'll give his heart and soul for this team. And as soon as that ball went off the bat, I had a smile on my face, and so did everybody else. They went nuts in the dugout no matter what the score was because they were so happy for that guy because he's pulling for him every step of the way. And that's when you know you got a family, a real family, genuine family, an authentic family. And as a coach, there's nothing more than that, and that feeling was super awesome.
What can you add to that and really, talk about your team in a sense of when you start pinch hitting for guys and making subs and starters have a big lead and everything's good and all of a sudden, you see it all the time where, players check out, right, and they're just cool in the dugout. But the reaction that the team had when D'Arcy hit the home run, take us through it from your perspective of what you saw to the team, and what it means for this program to just have the support for every player that goes up there.
You're right. You're 100% right, and that's priceless. You could ask for that, you could wish for that, you could pray for that, but no matter what the score is, no matter what the outcome is, you go out there and you give it all that you got, and these guys understand the message that whether you're playing or not playing, you never know when your name is going to get called. It's a tight game. You're getting blown out, you're losing, or you're winning. You get that opportunity, you better be ready to go. And they take that and run with it. They take ownership for that. And to hear our guys just go nuts, they ripped his jersey off. That guy deserves it so much. He's earned it for how selfless he is. And when you see your guys get so excited for someone else, that's what a true family is all about. The power of selflessness is so key, I think, because that really empowers other people to be the best versions of themselves, whether as a person, as an athlete, as a competitor. When you know that you got people rallying behind you and they're happy for you, man, there's no better feeling in the world than that. And that's what happened to Gabe D'Arcy tonight.
Obviously a big emotional series this weekend just because of the stakes of the series and, a lot of time spent, obviously, in taking on the number one team, trying to be the number one team. We asked, Gabe this a little bit earlier, but you go from being the hunter to the hunted now at the top of the leaderboard. You got a couple of weekends left. How do you handle, sometimes the emotional letdown after a big series like this to continue playing good baseball, to take on Irvine on Tuesday, continue your run in West Coast Conference play with a couple of weekends left, handling those emotions and not having that, kind of emotional letdown that sometimes you see in sports?
I think it really goes back to the process, and I know it's kind of, redundant, but, we've had some games, give or take, where it's a Friday night blowout or a Saturday night blowout, and then you got to come back the next day, and what are you going to do? Are you going to finish the series, or are you going to just be emotionally happy and comfortable? And anytime you get comfortable in life, it smacks you across the face. I think a lot of our guys that are in this program got to experience winning the championship 2 years ago and then experience adversity last year. And the pain of that adversity, the work that they put in since September 1st all the way until now, puts things into perspective and allows them to mature about the process and understanding and appreciating and being grateful for the process and being on the field and competing and winning. And if we stick with that process and do what we're capable of doing on the work and play San Diego baseball, then that's the only thing that matters, right? And then you let the chips fall where they may at the end of the game. And our guys have I just can't say enough of how proud of them I am.
Thank you, Coach.